Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of January 3rd, 2018. Happy New Year, everybody. So this is my first pull list this year, so yay! And what a way to start the year out with the first one on my list, and that is Batman 38. Tom King has been doing an amazing job on this, but this is a Tim Sale variant for the regular cover. So, yeah, I've been getting the regular covers, so I had to get this one. But I didn't want to get this one because I'm not liking Tim Sale stuff recently. Uh, I did pick up the variant, so if you don't like that Tim Sale cover, you can get the variant. Hopefully your store ordered it, but hopefully DC doesn't switch the Tim Sale variant for the regular one, because stores will just order less of the regular one and more of the variant. So, yeah. Next up, we have a new one from DC, and it's a 3-issue mini, and it's from it's Batman and the Signal #1 from Scott Snyder and Patrick. I don't know the guy's other name, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading up on Duke and seeing what's going on with him. He seems to be kind of doing the daytime stuff in Gotham versus the nighttime stuff in Gotham. So curious to see where that entails. It's also a metal tie-in, so that's always cool. I'm behind on my reading about a week and a half, so I need to get caught up. Yeah, really looking forward to Batman and the Signal. Next up is a Batman White Knight, #4 of 8. Sean Murphy's amazing Batman story that I just can't get enough of. I've enjoyed the first 3 issues were just fantastic. If you're not reading it, you do need to read it. It's just a really great Batman story, especially with things Sean Murphy has done to, like Harley and a couple other things. Just fantastic stuff, and I can't wait to read more. Next up, we have Black Lightning Cold Dead Hands, #3 of 6. Black Lightning I like because he's in Party of the Outsiders. And the first 2 issues of this weren't bad. Second one was a little choppy in like presentation, so hopefully this one balances it out a bit, but I've enjoyed it so far. Next up is one that I recommend everybody pick up, just because Mark Russell wrote it. He's amazing. He's amazing. The guy that did Flintstones for DC, which we still need a hardcover for. And that is the Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles, #1. Yep, I'm really curious to see what Mark Russell brings to this. His Flintstone stuff was, again, totally worth it. I'm dying to get my hands on a hardcover collection of it, but it is great stuff. Next up, we have Green Arrow, #36. Percy's been doing just a great job with Green Arrow ever since he picked up after Lemire's run in the New 52. So I've just really liked Green Arrow for a long time now. It's been really solid. It's one of those books that kind of flies under the radar, but I do recommend checking it out, especially if you like the Arrow show or you're curious about Green Arrow. Next up, we have Green Lanterns, #38. Yeah, Red Tide, don't know what that is. Gonna find out. We'll see. Seeley's done an okay job on the book so far, so we'll see how it goes. Next up is Harley and Ivy Meet Betty and Veronica, #4 of 6. It's Harley, it's Poison Ivy, it's 2/3 of the Gotham City Sirens. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. It's okay. I've enjoyed it so far. Next up is from Palmiotti, and that is just the Jetsons, #3 of 6. I really enjoyed the first 2 issues, so I'm curious to see where Palmiotti takes it, but they've done a really good job of taking the Hanna-Barbera characters and making them more modernized and more kind of relevant and feel like it's something that, has substance to it. So I do recommend some of them, not Dastardly and Mudley. That one's just horrid. But I do recommend, like, Scooby Apocalypse has been really good. Again, the Flintstones, you can go grab those there's 2 trades of it out if you can, or if you want to wait for the hardcover, but it's great stuff. And I've really been enjoying the Jetsons so far. So, yeah, a couple of the other titles, not up my alley, but if you like the Hanna-Barbera characters, I do recommend checking out these books. Next up, we have Justice League #36. It's really difficult to read right now because Priest is writing it, and I'm not a huge fan of his writing style. So Justice League has been for me. Hopefully Priest doesn't stay on too long with Justice League. Hopefully they move on to somebody else. Bendis. Yeah, we'll see. Next up is Secret Weapons number 0. Valiant tends to do these zeros after a series has finished something and then start it up again. So I'm going to read it and see what it's all about. But overall, I'm enjoying Valiant's line of books they're publishing. Next up, we have The Shadow and Batman number 4. I picked up the Batman Shadow series, which was okay, which leads directly into this Shadow Batman series. So DC's been doing a bunch of crossovers with other publishing companies, and they've been fun titles to read. So next up was one for my daughter, and that's Star Wars Forces of Destiny, Leia. Yep, what can I say? Disney's been pumping out some of this stuff with Star Wars for the kids, and you can find a lot of that stuff in the with Scholastic and all that, but I really wanted to check this out. Leia, she loves Leia, so hopefully we get to sit down and enjoy it together. Next up we have Superman number 38, Super Sons of Tomorrow, part 4. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this story goes, considering I haven't even started reading it, but man, it's just pumped out. The first 2 parts were 2 weeks ago, and part 3 was last week, so they're really turning it out quick. So it's a nice kind of boom and quick story, and you're done, and they move on to something else. But they've been really solid overall, so I have high hopes for it. And I grabbed some variants, but yeah, the Batman 38 variant is probably the one you want to pick up. Much better than that Tim Sale cover. I did pick up the Batman White Knight variant for number 4, as the Neo Harley, I think as they're calling her. I like the Green Lanterns variant, so I snagged that one up. Of course, Harley and Ivy and Meet Betty and Veronica had a variant, so I went and grabbed that one. I like the one with for Superman 38, so I picked that one up right there. And that's pretty much it for my pull list. I did pick up a book I didn't grab a while back, and that is the new Disney Princess volume of the Disney Princess comics. This collects issues 11 through 14. The comic books actually are folded out funny, so this is a nicer read. It's like the old Garfield style digest stuff. So I finally grabbed that for my daughter. And then I also found out that Disney is actually including this trade that Marvel released, which was something that was supposed to come out at Dark Horse but didn't, and so they just released it straight to trade. And that's a Star Wars, a Darth Maul, a Sons of Dathomir. So yeah, so I'm checking that out. Yeah, just fun stuff. And of course, I keep getting stuff from my daughter this week. But DC released a coloring book for the DC Superhero Girls, which includes this pencil or coloring pencil thing right here. But yeah, I mean it's kind of an activity thing, sketching thing. If you want to look, see, so got activities, mazes, all this stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. But hopefully she'll like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for what oh, sorry, the big thing I got. I forgot completely. She's over here. So it would basically be a regular New Year for me, and I'd get some ginormous thing I ordered. Well, the DC Comics collectibles Bombshell Starfire came out today. So I snagged this one up. Hopefully I will be getting to doing an unboxing video for you guys of this, so you can see the statue and how nice it looks. But yeah, add it to my Bombshell collection. She will. So basically, this one will scoot over, and then she'll go right there. That's how I do it. Because I don't really have a place to display all these right now, but I love the Bombshell line for the most part. There's a couple of statues I'm not too keen on. There's still a couple of statues I need to actually track down and find. One of them being, I think, the Black Canary. I didn't snag up when I had a chance, and so I just haven't gotten around to getting it. So hopefully. A couple of books I was able to I am going to check out this week, and that's also Star Wars 41 is out this week, which I've been staying with the Star Wars stuff, and I'm going to be catching up on Mace Windu, the last issue with number 5, and also the Poe Dameron issue 22. So yeah, so I'm not going to officially have a read list going forward. If I occasionally grab stuff, I'll put it down, but for the most part, due to the fact that we have to be very stringent on what we're ordering at Comics Conspiracy. Not really having too many titles I can just read right off the shelf. So going to be reducing the amount of reading I'm going to be doing that's not stuff that I purchase, but I will try and stay caught up with the stuff that I do enjoy that I don't necessarily buy. So yeah, so that's it for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I love seeing those. I try and respond to them as often as possible. Yeah, I like to see what you guys are getting, so let me know. Let me know if there's anything interesting that you're looking forward to, questions, all that stuff. Please leave it down in the comments below. Please be respectful. Please be good people on the internet when you do that, because, yeah, we just be good on the internet. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast, where we just finished recording episode number 339, where we talk our top 3 TV shows and top 3 movies of the 2017 year. So check that out. We'll be going back to a regular kind of show next week. But there'll be a link in the description below for that. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out at Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes before we podcast, and getting products. So we do thank our Patreon backers for helping us out and supporting us with their little donations and all that. Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. And that's it. I'm going to get this up, and I'll see you next week.